Quotes about prayer. It is better in prayer to have a heart without words than words without heart. Mahatma Gandhi. Prayer is the song of the heart. It reaches the ear of God, even if it is mingled with the cry and tumult of 1,000 men. Khalil Gibran. Pray as you can, not as you can't. Dom Chapman. The whole reason why we pray is to be united into the vision and contemplation of God to whom we pray. Julian of Norwich. If the only prayer you ever say in your whole life is, "Thank you," that would suffice. Meister Eckhart. The wish to pray is a prayer in itself. Georges Bernanos. Prayer is not asking, it is a longing of the soul. Mahatma Gandhi. Any concern too small to be turned into prayer is too small to be made into a burden. Corrie ten Boom. And so I urge you, carry on an ongoing conversation with God about the daily stuff of life, a little like Tevi and Fiddler on the Roof. For now, do not worry about proper praying, just talk to God. The value of persistent prayer is not that God will hear us, but that we will finally hear God. William McGill. Love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. Matthew 5:44. True prayer is neither a mere mental exercise nor a vocal performance. It is far deeper than that. It is a spiritual transaction with the Creator of heaven and earth. Charles Spurgeon. Prayer should be the key of the day and the lock of the night. George Herbert. Our prayers may be awkward, our attempts may be feeble, but since the power of prayer is in the one who hears it, and not in the one who says it, our prayers do make a difference. Max Lucado. Prayer should not be regarded as a duty which must be performed, but rather as a privilege to be enjoyed, a rare delight that is always revealing some new beauty. E.M. Bounds. God can handle your doubt, anger, fear, grief, confusion, and questions. You can bring everything to Him in prayer. Rick Warren. Prayer delights God's ear. It melts His heart. Thomas Watson. It is possible to move men through God by prayer alone. Hudson Taylor. Prayer is not monologue, but dialogue. God's voice is its most essential part. Listening to God's voice is the secret of the assurance that He will listen to mine. Andrew Murray. I saw more clearly than ever that the first great and primary business to which I ought to attend every day was to have my soul happy in the Lord. George Mueller. Our praying, however, needs to be pressed and pursued with an energy that never tires, a persistency which will not be denied, and a courage which never fails. E.M. Bounds. To desire revival, and at the same time to neglect personal prayer and devotion, to wish one way and walk another. W. Tozer. To get nations back on their feet, we must first get down on our knees. Billy Graham. God does nothing but by prayer, and everything with it. John Wesley. Have you any days of fasting and prayer? Storm the throne of grace and persevere therein, and mercy will come down. John Wesley. Quit playing, start praying. Quit feasting, start fasting. Talk less with men, talk more with God. Listen less to men, listen to the words of God. Skip travel, start travail. Leonard Ravenhill. Prayer is the first thing, the second thing, the third thing necessary to a minister. Pray, then my dear brother. Pray, pray, pray. Edward Payson. The reason why we obtain no more in prayer is because we expect no more. God usually answers us according to our own hearts. Richard Alleyne. Mind how you pray. Make real business of it. Let it never be a dead formality. Plead the promise in a truthful, business-like way. Ask for what you want, because the Lord has promised it. Every great movement of God can be traced to a kneeling figure. D. L. Moody. Prayer is not overcoming God's reluctance, but laying hold of His willingness. Martin Luther. Prayer is the exercise of drawing on the grace of God. Oswald Chambers. History is silent about revivals that did not begin with prayer. Edwin Orr. Prayer does not fit us for the greater work. Prayer is the greater work. Oswald Chambers. A day without prayer is a day without blessing, and a life without prayer is a life without power. Edwin Harvey.